Winners' Cup.
Motherwell 2, Celtic 1. It's incredible. It's unbelievable. Look at the celebrations there. What a turnaround here this afternoon.
Welcome to Rangers Radio.
What a goal by Deeney, followed that up, and whoop, in it goes.
Why not give the show a call on 01413561972.
Rangers up in the scoring at Pittodrie. 12 minutes of the match remaining.
What a sneak.
A stunner from Kenny Miller. Rifles it into the roof of the net.
Or send Fox a friend request on Skype at Rangers Radio Online.
He's gone into the middle, McSwegan's in there too. Will he come for McSwegan? There's his header, and he scores! What a substitution! Running inside, is he gonna let flies in? Scores! Good ball! Scores for Rangers!
Nacho Lobo with one kick of the ball to take Rangers to Manchester. Rangers are coming! The Scots are heading for Manchester, and you know what? Manchester may not be big enough.
Remember, it's all about the Rangers.
Hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Oxchair, on the panel tonight is the one and only Fox and Bridgeman. Evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, guys.
Could I say a big good evening to the panellists and a big good evening to all the Rangers fans in the lobby and to all the other Rangers fans all over the world. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
How we doing, Fox? Back with us, mate. Hope everyone's all right, mate. How are you, Bridge?
Aye.
I'm good, pal. I'm good, thank you.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah. Well, obviously, there's lots happening. First in with that news last night, Fox, eh?
Yeah, Alfred Morelos deal, mate. Quite an interesting question to ask the listeners in the panel tonight. Would you let him go for the supposed amount of money, or would you rather he stayed and help push us towards 55?
Everybody's got their price, mate. I mean, I thought Travelrock's pointing at 5, 6, 7 times your dough, mate, in such a short space of time. Look, boy's got a lot of potential. He could go on to be a player. Would you have paid £5 million for him in the summer if you had it? I don't think you would have done, mate. Somebody's going to offer us 5 plus add-ons, mate. I don't know if we can knock it back, but that's only my view. What about you, Bridge?
Well, I said last night at the end, it'll come a point where Rangers they'll find it irresistible, given the situation with the club and
yourself, Bridge.
Well, you know, it's like that. You know, one of the ways you're going to see is, I remember Larky. We were discussing this maybe 3 years ago, and Larky says, you know, we'll never be recognised as having turned the corner until we sell a player and make some money on it. You know, and we've sold some players, but we've never made that. So to sell this boy Morelos now and get a good profit on it that goes to the club. And not just to clear debt and things like that, but just goes to the club per se. That would be a tremendous thing for the club. But at the same time, he's our number one goal scorer, so we're under no illusions. It's going to be a big loss, a major loss. But I think if the money goes above a certain figure, and I'll put my neck on my neck on the line now and say, if they got offered anything like £8 to £10 million, they'll take it.
He's gone. He's gone. Well, I get that. What do you think, Bridge? Like Fox?
I'm in two minds. I quite agree with what Bridge says. There's a limit to what sort of offer we can knock back, mate. I just think this boy's going to be a wee bit special. And if we can hold on to him, we maybe even get more, mate. And plus we'll get the service here for another season, which I would prefer, mate.
The only thing is, mate, you don't know what you're going to get for him now. You know, because
it'll depend. It'll depend whether he wants to go or stay himself, mate. He seems to be a bit of a man for the travelling. He's travelled from Colombia there to, was it Finland? And then over to here. So I don't think it's going to faze him to move in different countries, mate. He seems to be able to adapt okay. But I think in the back of his mind, the big prize is the English Premier League, mate. he makes it there, he'll made it as a footballer. So maybe we'll still be able to hold on to him for possibly another year, mate.
Only time will tell. Interesting. Look, it'd be great to hear people's point of view on it, Bridge. So what's the number?
The number is 0141 356 1972.
Or where else can you join us, Fox?
You can join us at rangersradio.online on Skype. Just phone in. If I've not got you on the contact list, I'll get straight back to you and bring you in.
Well, we've actually hundreds and hundreds of people joined the site in the last few weeks, Fox, and it'd be great if some of the to get some first-time callers and hear how they're thinking everything Rangers-wise.
That'd be marvellous. Marvellous. Please, everybody out there in the big wide world, just call in and enjoy it. Enjoy it.
What was you saying? Pop your cherry, Fox.
Aye, come on and pop your cherry. That's a word.
It's a shocker, that man saying that. By the way, we don't all speak like him. Just don't want to put people off.
He always lowers the tone.
It's
So,
a shocker, isn't it?
If anybody wants to phone up, obviously the Morelos thing, but we've got to start looking. It's all about the football for us, and we've got to give him tomorrow night, Bridgeman, a cup tie, Scottish cup tie, away to Fraserburgh. So, what's your thinking, mate?
Well, again, it's like every game, particularly away from home up north. It's a long distance to go, far away to go, and we tend to end up getting good, no bad results away from home of late. But the truth is, it's a banana skin, isn't it? It's a banana skin. And we've got to go, and we've got to win. We've got to go and do the same thing as we did the other night, particularly the first 45 minutes, and go and play like that. Let's go and start showing that we're enjoying our football and we're enjoying what we're doing, and show them that we can do it. Let's get out and score a few goals, guys. Just score a few goals and go on with it.
Goals would be good for confidence, Fox,
Oh, of course, mate. We need to get by the weather first. I think there's
What's the latest?
An amber warning, snow again, mate. So I don't know what parts of the country it's going to hit, but I'd suggest you have a look at the weather forecast if you think they're travelling up there tomorrow.
What's the weather forecast for Saturday? Early Saturday? Do you know? Have you looked? Is the bad weather coming in?
I'll have a wee look for you now.
Just out of curiosity, brah. In case I have to come and pick you up. That'll be 2 days out the trot. Do you think you'll be able to manage that?
No, I'm not.
Where am I going for 2 days?
He wasn't listening there, Bridge, was he?
The depths of Partick, pal.
Look, cup ties, Bridge. I mean, obviously, we've got great history in the cup. We've had banana skins before, obviously the famous one, Berwick Rangers, 67. The world stood still. But we've also had a team that went down there like Berwick Rangers and Druin, and that team would only win the treble. So we've had tough. I know Fraserburgh are slightly below where Berwick's sitting in the Scottish pyramid, but it's still always tricky till you get the goal with the ball in the back of the net, because these teams have got loads of enthusiasm. They're fit, they're big, and they're strong.
Absolutely. No, they're a big, strong. Most of those teams up there, Highland League type teams, are big, strong teams, and some of them they're really confident and they're happy in their lot. Look at that boy that plays for Peterborough, McAllister. He doesn't want to leave there. He got offered to go to Rangers and others many times in the past. He doesn't want to leave there, but he's a big, strong boy and can play football, and that's what they've got. These teams have got that, so we've got to go up there, show that we're better than them, and just win the game. Score goals and win the game.
All right, but I'll put it out there at you. What's your team going to be tomorrow night? What would you do? You've got to pick for the squad. You've got to think of what's coming. You've got to... So what's your team, mate?
I wouldn't change... I might change a goalkeeper.
I would.
And give Alnwick a run out. I would retain, as long as there are no injuries, no niggling injuries, I would retain the defence in full as it is, because they have to keep playing together, in my opinion. But the midfield, but I want to change the midfield. I'm really struggling to say change this and change that, to be honest. No, let's keep it as it is. Let's keep it as it is. And just go and do what we need to do. I would keep Morelos out, and I'd play Windass and Cummings up front for the start. I don't think I would play Morelos at all. Keep him away from it because of what's happening in a bit.
I don't know what we've done by then tomorrow night. Fox, have you any ideas with your team?
I've not really thought much about it, mate. Just to let you know, the weather forecast doesn't look that bad. Plus 4 degrees in Fraserburgh at 12 o'clock on Saturday, mate. So that should
Saturday? The game's tomorrow night.
Sorry. What? What are you talking about?
The game's tomorrow night in Fraserburgh.
Oh, it's Wednesday. I'm looking up Saturday there, mate, when I have no date too well. I've taken the FBI.
What do you like, Foxy?
By the way, have you picked up the right script? Have you picked up Ibrox Royals?
What's I done, mate?
You better apologise to Ibrox for cutting his grass.
You know, I think it's Fraserburgh that your pal, or your one of your favourite players, Davy Smith, comes for, innit?
Aye, it's up that way, mate. Aye.
Yeah, I'm sure he's for Fraserburgh.
Well, the weather forecast for Wednesday's no bad either, mate, so we can get by that, but don't know what that BBC were on about storm warnings. Anyway, getting to change the team, mate, I think there will be changes, but not a lot. Tavernier's obviously out, isn't he? He's cup tie.
Suspended.
Banned for a booking, aye. So it'll be interesting to see who would they play at right back. Do you think he'll risk Hodgson?
I think that'll be the obvious one. Maybe if we've got a bit of experience, he might bring in a young boy, but as it sits today, I think Hodgson will appear. But he's not even on the bench. And by the way, maybe he'll be sitting looking for the club tomorrow night, so you never know.
Dougie the Bear saying Docherty can't play tomorrow night.
Why?
I think he might have been signed too late or something.
Is he cup tied or something, Dougie? Has he been cup tied,
no,
Dougie?
He's no cup tied, no.
No, I'm asking Dougie if he can tell us why, you know. Just saying he can't play, that's what he's saying. Not registered, Bridge. He's not registered to play.
So we'll see.
Registration right enough. They're saying registration right enough, so...
All right, so... you've got Hodgson coming in then, Fox at right back, have you?
Well, it seems the obvious choice. If he doesn't leave, mate, I would think that he possibly would come in. Mm-hmm. It shouldn't be too stern a task for him tomorrow night. I think we might see Cardozo get a game, mate. Cardozo or Alves if they're fit. But I think Cardozo may come in and maybe give young Bates a wee rest, mate. I don't know, but I wouldn't change the midfield, which is doing well, although he probably will because I'm saying it. But Goss is looking quite a good prospect. Jason Holt's playing really well just now. So I wouldn't be changing they two either, unless he's going to change for formation and go for it right for the start, like a 3-4-3 or something, you know.
All right, we've been joined by Big Ulster. How you doing, Big Ulster?
Doing very well, thank you. Thanks for that weather update, Fox. I might get the boys to do a detour up to Fraserburgh since it's going to be a good day on Saturday.
Aye, you'll be able to get Ambassador up there.
And it's good with the weather forecast for Glasgow as well for the game at the weekend, mate, against Hibs.
All right, is that your new role, mate? Are you going to give a weather forecast for all the games, dude?
Bring the deck chairs. Foxy says it's going to be a good day. Happy days.
I think we have to remember, I think Dougie Bear's just saying that Fraserburgh won 6-1 at the weekend, so...
who would have played Bridge?
It doesn't matter. All I'm saying is that they are feeling quite good about themselves at the moment, and this is going to be a good challenge for them.
Oh, they'll be buzzing. The first 20 minutes, these ties are always blood and thunder, mate.
Yeah, and Docherty can't play because he hadn't been registered before the date of the original cup tie.
Oh, right, okay.
I think Fraserburgh have also had 2 games recently. They've scored 7, and so they must be doing quite well in the league.
I'm saying that it seems as if they're in a wee bit form for themselves. So we need to be on our toes and be aware.
Score goals, win the match, yeah?
Exactly.
Score goals, win the match. How do you see us lining up tomorrow night, Big Ulster?
I think it'll be something similar. Maybe goalkeeper will change. Alan Wick probably come in for that. Hodgson probably at right back if he's not moved on by then. and I think you'll maybe see Cummings starting for Morelos.
All right, okay then. Can I just cut across you, mate, while you're thinking of your team? Fox, I've been set a question. I think it's a good one for you. Will we get Kadira across the line before 10 o'clock tomorrow night?
No, I think he's going to be a summer signing, mate.
Who's this? Who's this you're throwing at us?
I'll be that blue shadow, and I don't even know, but I'm sure it'll be him.
He's got some memory, that boy, isn't he?
He forgets nothing, him, does he?
I know. It's the only thing that's remote. Well, it looks a bit. He has got a memory like an elephant. So you see that would be the team for you then, Ulster, do you?
I think it'll be something similar. I think Gossett, people that got Murphy and all, he'll give them as much game time as he can to try and get them gelling. But I think you might see Cummings start, maybe give Morelos a bit of a rest if he's still with us.
Remember, we'll get 3 games in 6 days, mate.
Yep, it's coming thick and fast now. So, it's up to Mr. Murray. He's got a lot of options there, which is good.
Talking about thick and fast, we'll be joined by Rudy Bear and Ibrox Loyal, so I don't know which one is which.
Which one's the thickest and which one's the fastest?
Evening, gents.
Man, I never said that, mate. I never said that.
Good evening, Rudy. Good evening, Loyal.
Evening, Bridge. Evening, Ulster. Evening, Ox Fox.
How we doing, Rudy?
Aye, good. Everything's good, mate. Looking forward.
Any chance? Have you seen the forecast for Fraserburgh on Saturday,
mate? Saturday, it's supposed to be quite good, isn't it?
Aye, nice day up there, mate. If you fancy taking a trip up.
A wee bit too far away from my liking. I'm quite looking forward to the game tomorrow night. I think we'll get a decent result. So we will. Just reading Tav's suspended, isn't he? So I'd imagine Hodgson will step in there. I'd play the boy.
I don't know if he will, mate. And I'll tell you why, mate. And I'll tell you why. I think that Sam Allardyce said a great point. I'm not always Sam's greatest fan, but he said, why is there games? They have this transfer window that they get imposed on the clubs, and then they have games at the day. It doesn't really make sense. I think we might be looking to move Hodgson tomorrow, mate.
Right. Well, I suppose you've got a good point there, Ox. As for the rest of the team, I'd go with the usual centre-backs, or centre-backs with, Russell Martin and Bates. Let them develop their understandings as centre-back pairing a wee bit more. The boy Goss had certainly played tomorrow night. He could be doing with the games, to be honest. I think I read somewhere he hadn't played for about a year up until he came to us. Came up the road to us, so I'm sure the boy could be doing a bit of match fitness, a bit more, a few more minutes on the park. So I'd play Goss tomorrow. I don't think I'd change the midfield, actually. I'd still leave Jason Holt in there, because he's played really well just now, Jason Holt. A wee bit low sometimes to change a winning team, so the team that's sort of won the last 2 games there, Aberdeen and Ross County, I think, you should probably just keep a winning team together and just keep letting them play, unless you get a couple of forced changes, obviously, because of Tav and stuff like that, But I'd like to see Morelos and Cummings up front, so I would see what happens with that, Maybe they can rattle in a barrel load of goals, maybe, you don't know until you see what kind of understanding. I mean, I know it's only one game, but, and it's against Fraserburgh. No disrespect to Fraserburgh, but it would be nice to see if they could develop a wee bit of an understanding. No, I think it'll be interesting to see if Morelos is even playing or even on the bench tomorrow night after some of the news that's came out today, So
can I just come in there in a minute, guys? There's rumours abound on Follow. They're saying that a deal's been done for £8.4 million, wow. And apparently accepted. So I was just going to ask Loyal if he sees anything on Twitter that could back that up.
Twitter just now, mate. No, I've got my eyes on it, mate. I missed a bit of that last night. And Ox managed
before we go mad, yeah, okay. So thanks, pal.
No, only about it because Ox got it spot on last night, mate. That's a few weeks. He's got Twitter before me, so I've got to keep a beady eye on Twitter as well.
There's nothing on follow about that, Bridge.
I'm reading it now.
And what column?
It's under what's the name of it? God, when you're looking for something, you can't find the bloody Express reporting Morelos bid from China.
Yeah, a moment ago.
Page 30. Page 30.
Oh, it's on 31 already.
Well, I'm on page 30 and it's telling us it's been... This is just somebody saying it. Like,
if that's true, Bridge, 8.4 million, that's hard to knock that back. And possibly there'd be add-ons and stuff like that as well. You know, which maybe take it up there, the 9 million mark. I mean, that's hard to knock back for a player like you've acquired for £1 million. You know what I mean? As much
one
as
of the posters saying rumours swirling bid of 8.5 million accepted. If it's accurate, there's a really good deal type of thing. You know, that's all that's coming out. There's a link to. I'll try and copy that link, will I?
No, it's all right, mate. That's all right. Well,
I hope
obviously everybody sees the story for us listening.
Sorry, mate, it's just broke on Twitter. £8.4 million fee agreed. Not travelling with the squads. News should break later on this evening.
There you go.
And that was 2 minutes ago for Gregco 5088.
Gregco 50, I saw that as well, yeah.
He's normally reliable. See, the problem for us is even if we get over this window, their window lasts another month in China. So
that's right.
You know, even if we go close to business and UK, obviously transfer window shuts. If we don't have a replacement, then we're sweating it for a month.
What do you reckon £1 million player's on in wages? What do you reckon he's on? 12 grand a week?
12, 15.
Anywhere between 10 and 15, I would say.
Aye. So what happens if that's the problem? If he knows that somebody's offering him 50,000 tax free in China,
well,
that's the problem.
Like obviously, the money that they can offer him wage wise is way beyond anything they could dream of. Hence the reason why this story is where he really just wants to use us, stay for a couple of seasons, and hopefully get a move to the big league in England. But the Chinese league's paying good money at the moment. Apparently, there's a couple of what do you call them? Colombian guys over by the same team. I think. I don't know how true that is. Just heard a wee rumour.
Mm-hmm. I believe so as well, mate, because they were talking about it was meant to be that Everguangzhong, whatever they were called, but apparently it's another one of the Chinese teams, because every Chinese team is only allowed 4 overseas players, and there's one team in China who have already got 2 Colombian, well, I don't know if they're internationals, but definitely 2 Colombians in their squad, so I would imagine it would be that team, and if so, then the best of luck to Morales, mate. He's been a top goal scorer in the league. Not going to say I'm not disappointed in it, but I would like to think that they've got a new striker in the bag before the transfer window shuts tomorrow night. And there is talk about maybe Ollie McBurney for Swansea City, who again is another very big diehard Rangers fan as well. So
I was just about to say that, Ibrox. I hope Mark Allen's got his file it and working furiously to spend some of that money if that's the case. I mean, if we're getting to 8.5 million, as I said, there might be some add-ons as well. That's a lot of money for a player that we've paid £1 million for. That's kind of hard to knock back, and in all probability would be stupid to knock it back. But I hope Mark Allen's got his file out and he's got his contacts, his phone diary out, and he's looking to see who he can talk to, because I would really like to see some of that money spent before midnight tomorrow night to bring another striker in, you know.
Well, I'm wondering if they've already been doing that today, just for saying sake. If the story goes the way the story
from
goes.
my same source, mate, is last
What's
night.
That?
From my same source, Rangers have just made a £2 million bid for Will Grigg.
Wow. I was watching him play. Who does he play for? Wigan? Ulster. Does he play for Wigan or something?
Yep.
I'd be delighted if we signed Will Grigg.
Northern Irishman as well.
Will Gregg's on fire.
You're the best terrified because Will Gregg's on fire.
The big man would be doing well. I would try and do some results. Probably fail miserably, but I'd love to see Will Grigg at Rangers. Good striker.
Sorry, mate, I was going to bang over.
It's only a rumour. It's only a rumour.
Yeah, it's not the same as the bid for Morelos, so we don't really know. And a lot of folk maybe get a bit downhearted, maybe they shouldn't. A lot of folk getting their hopes up, maybe they shouldn't. But the truth is, just as I said earlier, if there's anywhere near that time of money being offered to the club for any player, I can't see them saying no. I just can't see it. It's just too much for us.
Aye, well, we'll just wait and see. We'll wait until the season. Look, if Morelos goes for £8 million and it's cash in our bank, mate, sorry, Ibrox, I disagree with you. We can't gamble, mate. We've got to take it, mate.
No, I'm not saying gamble, mate. I say fair luck to him. If he goes, then the best of luck to him, mate. He obviously wants to go.
He obviously wants to go, so he doesn't want to be at our club. So if that is the case, then I'm putting a lot of ducks in a row with that statement. Shake hands, move on, and we go on, mate. Players come and go, mate. I mean, Thistle have recovered for you leaving, isn't they?
Oh, but he's not saying that, no, they haven't. That upsets me when people say that.
Well said, lawyer. Well said, son. This you dancer. Well, Rudy, what about that wee bit of stuff going on at the club? If that's going to be right.
Well,
when's the last time you heard Rangers and £8 million together in a positive vein?
Alan Hutton, wasn't it?
Well, it's a long time ago, isn't it? It's a long
Boom song, big boom song as well.
Song was about 6, I think, 6.5, something maybe. Alan Hutton was about 9, just over 9, maybe 9.
We were trying to sell Jelavic. Remember, we were trying to sell Jelavic in the last week of the. I mean, in fact, we did sell him, but we only got about $3 million for him when we thought we were going to 7.
I think that was Bridge, aye. I mean, that was a steal for Jelavic going down to the English Premiership, like for that kind of money, you know. But I mean, you've got to look at the whole practicalities of the situation just now, you know. I mean, it's £8 million. There'll be add-ons involved and all that as well, I would imagine. But £8 million, you know, for a player that was brought out from Finland for $1 million. And it's like Ox has just said there. And I've always said that, if a player doesn't want to be with us, what is the point in trying to hold on to him? You could end up with an unhappy player. He'll go off the boil. Come summertime, you might struggle to get a decent amount of money for him, you know. So if the boy wants to go, he wants to go, and there's no use holding on to him. That money can be took now, and it can be spent somewhere else now.
Remember, at the moment, it's just pure speculation. We'll just wait and see how it unfolds.
Aye.
All right. The two boys that have come in, how do you see he's lining up tomorrow night? Do you think Morelos will be the captain?
Morelos. Guess one first, wouldn't it?
Morelos, the captain. I don't think so somehow. I think we'll go with more or less the same team. I don't think Murty's in a mood to take many chances. You know, Tab's out obviously. You know, so Hodgson might step in there depending what you know. But then again, you seem to think we might be trying to get rid of him before the end of the transfer window. So,
do you not think so, mate? Do you honestly think?
I don't. I did at the beginning of the transfer window, but as time has gone on, I'm not so sure now, because we don't have cover really for that right back position.
Well, you've got 24 hours. Go and get one.
Well, especially you've got $8 million to spend now. You know. I don't think Hodgson will go now till the summer. I've just got a funny feeling he'll not go. I think if he was going to go, he'd have been away by now. So I think it'll be this summer.
I personally don't want Rangers to spend any money. That's my own opinion now, only my opinion. Don't want to spend any money that they don't need to. And they need to really, over the next couple of hours, take a good stock, what they're going to do, who they're going to buy. £2 million for that boy, Greg. Yes,
that's just a rumour.
I'm saying if it comes like that, $2 million is a lot of money.
His contract's up this summer.
Well, there you go. You're not going to pay $2 million or something. Contract,
just wait and see, mate. Just wait and see. It's going to be exciting. Everybody on the panel tomorrow night for the pre-match show. Yellow tie on, all right, Ibrox?
Yes, you get your yellow tie to now. Mine on you now. Years on.
So, how do you think this news is going to be taken across the city then? Excuse me.
Couldn't care less, but they think. If I'm honest, not. You know, couldn't care less.
Just a wee thing. I don't normally talk about him. But I tell you what, Brenda hasn't half made a fool of himself in the last 24 hours, has he, about this boy that they brought in and loaned for Chelsea, talking about all this stuff for Real Madrid.
What was he saying?
Well, apparently he was telling the Celtic supporters in the press that he played against them. He was on loan at Real Betis, I think it was, and he played against Real Madrid, and Real Madrid wanted to sign him, but they stole it. Celtic managed to steal him off Real Madrid. You know, they
Fake news.
Aye, and it turns out on an official Real Madrid page, they've said, this boy's never played against us. He sat on a bench and a 6-1 drubbing that the Real Betis got, and he never even got on the park. The following week when they played them, I think it might have been in a cup game or something, he wasn't even on the bench the second game when they played them. So he's never played Real Madrid. Real Madrid says, he's being on internet, don't even know who this boy is. But the bad Tims are running about telling everybody in the press that Real Madrid wanted him and all that. I mean,
well, we said the same about Ibrox Loyal, didn't we? Real Madrid were after him.
But the press in this country seriously need to take a look at themselves. I mean, they're writing that garbage. They're listening to that garbage. You know, just repeating it.
Well, what's happening, Rudy, is people are just waking it up to what's been going on for the last couple of years. He's been spinning them yarns and people have fell into it.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
right.
Deluded Brendan's no news site. It's been a big site in the English Premier League for years, but people with all his quotes and all that. No, new thing he's done. He's done the exact same story in Liverpool. He would come through the Mersey Tunnel, met an Everton supporter and said he was the best thing ever happened to the city.
Is that right?
Exact same story. Anyway, we move on. So, look, I see it different for a few years. I think the sports science will kick in. And it wouldn't surprise me if guys like Goss and that aren't playing, because they'll be keeping their legs fresher. Because they haven't played a lot of football for Saturday's game, so I can see some changes in the team. I think Halliday might play. Let me think. It wouldn't surprise me if Herrera and Cummings play. Centre defence. Cardozo might play. You know, I can see about 4 or 5 changes at least tomorrow night. I see it differently for the rest of these. I think they've got to think that they should win the game tomorrow night, and then you've got to think about the Hibs and the Partick Thistle game. They've got to take 6 points out of 6, keep this momentum going.
It's a good point that you make there, Ox, because there's 5 games coming up in the space of 10 days, isn't there? So that's a lot of football, isn't it, in a week and a half, you know? Maybe that's a good point. I'm just a wee bit loath to go breaking up a winning team, because a winning team.
I get it, mate. If it had been an our league game tomorrow night, I see it completely different, mate.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah. All right, if people want to join us, what's the number, Bridge? Well, what's the number, Rudy?
0141 356 1972.
Well done, Rudy. I was talking to myself there.
Where else can you join us, Fox?
RangersRadio.online. If you phone in, I'll be able to bring you into the call.
All right, we're looking for first-time callers tonight, aren't we?
We are indeed, pal.
And Ibrox Loyal will take any questions.
Well, I'll do my best, mate, but I heard somebody was cutting my grass earlier, so...
We don't want to know about your relationship issues, mate. You know, so it'll be interesting. It's going to be an interesting 24 hours, Fox, eh?
I'll believe it when I see it, mate. I don't think there's any truth to this myself.
No? Fake news, is that what you're saying?
8.4 million, and they've got to pay the same in tax, would be a transfer of nearly 17 million pound, mate. It's quite a lot of money, and I just can't myself see it happening.
I will wait and see, mate. I mean, geez, it's only a story at the moment. It's only a rumour, isn't it? Nothing official's coming out. You know, it's just you don't know where it's came from. You know. Just watch your space. Only rumours. But an interesting 24 hours, even without that story, Bridgeman, eh? Okay, who's your levers? If you were to pick 3 players you could transfer, who would they be, mate?
To transfer out?
Yes.
Forgive me, in the context of getting money from them? Or just getting rid of them?
If you could, mate. You're playing Football Manager and you're sitting there. What are you doing?
Well, I think Morelos would be my number 1 for a transfer out to get money, followed by Tavernier to get money.
Why?
To get money? Yeah, Tavernier's worth a lot of money. He'll be worth a lot of money to us.
Oh, I don't know about that.
And it's only for getting money.
I never said money. I mean, so you're
sorry, I thought that's what you're meaning. Apologies.
Did I mention money? You don't listen to the questions. So my number 1 off the books would be Hodgson.
I was only getting them off the books, absolutely. Herrera, Hodgson, And you can pick any 2 for 3, really, couldn't you? Carry on.
Aye. What about yourself, Rudy? Who would you, number 29, Dougie's came in with?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. And Hodgson and Herrera. Bridges got a point. Herrera as well. I don't think he's shown us anything, you know. So for me, it was just another one of Pedro's mistakes, really. You know, Peña's gone. Hopefully, he'll not be back. And if it's possible to get rid of Herrera, then I would go for that as well.
Hodgson, for what? I know Hodgson, Northern Ireland player, but I think it'd be good for the boy to get a move, Ulster, eh?
Yeah, I desperately wanted him to do well, but unfortunately it just doesn't seem to have worked out for him. I know he hasn't been played maybe in a right back position often. He's been asked to do left back a few times, but he's just not in Mr. Murray's plans. I think that's for everybody to see. So I think my 3 would probably be Hodgson, and you'd be looking at one of your centre backs, maybe probably Alves, because he's on a pretty big wage and he's been injured a few times already this season. And maybe up front, maybe Big Herrera, but then again, it's all about who we can get in to replace these people. We don't want to fire everybody out the door and have no replacements.
We'll be joined by a caller. Evening, caller.
Could I speak to Hugh Keevins, please? How you doing, lads? It's Magpie.
Magpie. By the way, mate, it's only
good night,
it's only just after 9:30.
Oh, baby.
Good to hear you again, Magpie.
Oh, you're getting worse than a wife, so you are.
I know, mate, I know. But you talk to me better than you talk to the wife.
You're getting right there, mate. Anyway, what was I going to say to you? I was listening to the news here about Morelos and...
it's only a rumour, Magpie. It's only a rumour.
Well, to be quite honest with you, I don't know. I think the guys, apparently, I was looking at Twitter last night, that reported this at first are supposed to be quite clued up with these things. However, if it is 8.5 million, I'm glad that Rangers are starting to look at that ballpark now, rather than gear players away like Mackay at 650,000 and things like that. My problem is, lads, obviously I'm delighted at the way things have been going recently, but although I still don't think we're a 90-minute team, we don't play for 90 minutes.
Didn't it look like it the last 2 games, mate?
No, that's what I mean. We kind of just switch off. But the thing is, like, I can't get too excited for the simple reason is none of these players are part of the docker as our players. And that's what worries me. We've got loan signings. And, you know, the way Rangers are going just now, nothing's guaranteed. You don't know what's round the corner. So, you know, like, sir...
I'll let Fox answer that, mate. He's quite convinced that the boys that they will become our players. It's our choice in the summer, and then we'll go back to Magpie. Fox?
Yeah, no problem.
I think Cummings will come, mate, and join us for permanently in the summer. I also think it'll be the same with Martin, mate.
Well, it's Murphy that's really... I'm not really that bothered about Martin, but it's Murphy I'd like to see tied down. But the thing is, lads, say we sold Morelos tomorrow, it means that we're going to go for the second half of the season with Kenny Miller coming back in, because you can't rely on Cummings to be playing up front yourself. So they've got a big decision to make. Had they made these moves at the start of the season, I firmly believe, apart from some dodgy refereeing decisions they seem to get in their favour, that we'd be away ahead of the league. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. So we've got ourselves into a position where I think we can actually win the Scottish Cup. We'll definitely get second place, but the point is, there's a feel-good factor at Ibrox just now. I heard McCoist in his radio programme last week saying that he'd been into Auchenhowie a few months back when Pedro was there, and he said it was like a morgue, it was dreadful. But he was at Auchenhowie a couple of weeks ago, and he said it's a completely different atmosphere, a complete change mentality with the guys, are loving it. And this is what we've got back. So you kind of don't want to be breaking it up straight away. Murray's won me round. If Murray can continue to work with these players and get the players playing as a unit, then I don't see any better option than him. At first I wasn't convinced, but he's taken on a very, very difficult job with a squad of players that, like, some of them look disinterested, some of them shouldn't even be there. But my problem, my worry is, this is one guy that is our player, and if we're selling him, we really need to have a replacement up and running. And the fact is, if we sold Morelos, say we did sell him tomorrow, we've got a day to get somebody in. People know we've got £8 million sitting there, and they're going to look for a lot of money for a decent player. But this is the market we're in, lads. It's not just us, it's the same across the road. Scottish football, what they don't understand is the people who are consumed with hatred for Rangers Football Club have to realise that Scottish football's dead now. And the proof of the pudding is when they've got a team across the city with millions and millions of pounds and they're having to get loan players in. What does that tell you? There is no ambition for them to actually buy better quality players because they're going to go into the Champions League now, and because of the disparity of money, it's going to be cannon fodder. And we're kind of going to be out the summer, so this is something we're going to have to get used to. As soon as we get a really, really good player, we're going to have to sell him. And it's proof of the pudding, the young boy Gilmore, that's another problem. We've got some good young players coming through. But as soon as they show anything in the reserves before they even kick the ball for Rangers, they'll be away. So we really need to get something in place there. But no, I just wanted to come on, basically say that, lad. I don't know what your opinion is. But I'm glad, one thing, if it's 2.5 million, that's more realistic for me. I'm fed up getting the players away for nothing. Do you know what I mean?
Mike, that's all with us. Can I give you an answer to part of your question, mate, and then I'll pass it with the panel? If that's
not a problem, buddy.
See the thing about the loans, and I get it, and I get what Big Al was saying a couple of nights ago. I think that it might have been a shrewd move for the board because if this had went really pear-shaped and we'd lost to doing at Park, you'd lost to Aberdeen, drew with Ross County, mate, we'd be getting a new manager in for the summer, and he would then have to build his own players. So if we've got first refusal on these players, and there's an agreement struck, if we want to sign them, they're our players. If we've got contact,
genuine about all the
well,
I don't know, if Cummings hits the ground running up here, do you think Nottingham Forest would be wise for him to sell a player for 600,000? That's what the
mate, a goal, you know, mate, a goal in our league's worth a quarter of a goal in the Premier League, the way they look at it, innit?
But they've still been buying a lot. Look how much money they've sold players for. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, they've sold one or two people to Southampton, done all right with it, haven't they?
Oh, definitely.
You know, they've done all right with it. But what I'm saying is, it was EK put it in, and it was something I thought as well, that there's sense in what we've done, mate, because we don't know because obviously we've still got an interim manager, and obviously the guy's fitting into the job, and if he keeps getting results, he might get a job. On you go, mate.
The reason I'm saying that to you, right, lads, and we were all Rangers supporters on here, but all want the best for the club, right? And definitely want it. And I've been excited, apart from the way we follow the games, but I've been excited. I can see progress here. But the truth of the matter is, mate, we're all now experienced a disappointment, if you know, in the last 6 years. And the thing is, we've trusted Rangers boards and Rangers boards and Rangers boards, and we have to trust this board, right? They seem to be doing things right just now. My problem with the loan deals is that in 6-7 months' time, right, see, you know, like, there is no guarantee that these will be our players, and that's my problem. And at the same time, I think, you know, like, so we have got a lot of deadwood. We should be moving on. I don't know why Cranks are still there. I would have actually given the guy a free transfer. But, you know, we can't go back to Kenny Miller's coming back. And that's how I feel. I don't know about you guys. I don't want Kenny Miller to be coming back into the team at all. I'd rather see a young boy who plays out wide, the boy Atakai, you know, one of the young players coming through. Kenny's time's been and gone. It's time for Rangers to start to make progress. We've got a chance to win that Scottish Cup. I firmly believe that we brought the things have happened at the start of this, you know, the last few weeks. If it happened at the start of the season, we would have been in a much better position. You know what I mean? I still don't think we're ready to do anything at all in Europe, and I don't think our Scottish team will be for any time soon, because the money that's been thrown about just now is ridiculous. We're just not even in that ballpark anymore. And what it'll be for them, and they have to get used to it across the road, is all they've got to look forward to is to beating us to a league title, because there's nothing else beyond that, and that's the truth. But it's nice to see some young guys coming in. A guy like Cummings is what we've needed, a young Gallus guy that, you know, like, that wants to be here, his family wants to be here. I've seen Dockery in the paper with his family around him. It gladdens my heart, because that's what's missing the Rangers. Sorry, lads, I'll let you guys keep talking now. I'm sorry for taking over the show again.
Magpie, don't don't apologise, mate. It's always great to hear from you. Look, I'll go to Bridgeman first, and we'll take some of your points from the panel, if that's all right with you, bruh. Yep, on you go, Bridgeman.
What's the topic?
Magpies call.
What were you saying, Magpie? What's the main point of it? No, you've said about 16 things. So what's the main point?
Did you go to sleep in that perm half?
Right, we'll go to Big Ulster and we'll come back to Bridge. Once he's got his seat together, on you go, Ulster.
No, I think Magpie's right there. They are loan signings. That does say it's an option to buy on a few of them, but there is no, they're not nailed down. It's not a fact yet. We just have to live and hope a wee bit, don't we? But unfortunately, I don't think we have the cash flow at the minute to spend the money that these clubs are looking for their players. But this is what worries me as well. If they have a great season, if all of them play really, really well towards the end of the season, will the club start to demand a bit more from them? I don't know.
I think the deal's signed, mate. I think the deals are done. I'm with Fox, mate.
I hope he's right. I would be amazing if true, but we don't know this yet.
Like Fox, I thought the deal's already been done. I think they've come to an agreement. The agreement's been sorted and signed, and I think it's just a case of waiting at the end of the season. See, I don't have a problem with the loan players because the Mark Allen, the board, have done really well. They've upped the quality. We're going to have a bench, not just a first 11, but we're also going to have a bench with some quality there for a change. We never had that the first part of the season. I can see where Magpie's coming from, saying if we'd have done that at the beginning of the season, but then Pedro was there at the beginning of the season, wasn't he? And they backed Pedro with about 10 million, So for me, it's probably the right way to go just now. Graham Murty's got the job, according to the board, he's got the job to the end of the season. That it's maybe a case of, well, look, let's just get to the end of the season and we'll see how well Graham Murty does. I hope he does really well. I mean, it looks like the boys are enjoying their football much better. They're certainly playing better football than they were in the first half of the season. And if the agreement if there has been agreements made with the likes of Forrest, for Jason Cummins, and I think as well for Jamie Murphy, there's been an agreement apparently.
$1 million quid, mate.
Aye, $1 million quid for Jamie Murphy, that's fine with me. Quite happy to wait to the end of the season, and maybe they'll come to some kind of agreement with the clause before even the end of the season if the boys hit the ground running, as Magpie says, But I do understand where he's coming from about, for the likes of Cummins, for instance, if he's banging in goals left, right and centre, if he's scoring goals for fun, it's not Forrest going to say, well, wait a minute, we've made a wee bit of a boo-boo here, we can get a bit more money for him. Maybe no even just that, maybe the fact another championship club will come in for Cummins' deal, look at him and say, wait a minute, this guy's a goal scorer,
Anyway, Rudy, we've also been joined by young Gary. How are we doing, Gary?
All right.
Evening,
all right, mate. I know you've been sitting there for a while, but Magpie, did you hear Magpie's points, mate?
Aye, mate. Listen, that's an absolutely fantastic call, by the way, Magpie.
Well, Magpie usually wins for caller of the year.
That's a call worthy of Clyde one, I tell you.
All right, come on, Gary, I like you.
No, I tell you.
I'd rather talk to my missus and talk in that Rangers radio station.
Magpie, that was an underhanded dig at you. That's what
that was terrible, mate. That's it. I'm away to China.
Hugh Keevins wouldn't have known how to handle that. No, I've always been in favour of loan deals, but the problem is if they have a good season, the clubs can easily just say, we want them back. There's no guarantee.
Well, what happens if you sign him, mate, and he breaks his leg in the first week, Gary? That's a gamble, isn't
it? It is. I mean, that can happen to any of them, absolutely.
Kuznetsov. Remember that, Magpie?
Oh, aye.
Oleg.
I remember that game. I seen him playing.
What a player he was.
Big Oleg.
That was my favourite game of all time, Mark. Going to the Rangers Dynamo KF game was just incredible. Unbelievable game. They were an unbelievable team.
In 87,
and I was so excited when we signed them. And then,
what a side. How did we beat them that night, Magpie?
Oh, that one that came off Falco's arse and the goalie threw it out, wasn't it?
Come on, I was only 4 years old then, boys. Come on.
Oh,
Call
Gary,
yourself a fan, Gary.
If you can get it on YouTube, mate, you should watch it. The atmosphere that night was unbelievable. It was just a great game.
Incredible. Yeah.
On you go, Gary. Carry on, mate.
I know. as I say, you know, I've always been in favour of the loan deals because it gives you a chance to see how the players go. For me, I don't know. If I was going to keep any of them just now on you know, going on what I've seen so far, it would definitely be Goss. He would be the one that I'd want to tie down and just pay whatever, especially if we get the Morelos money. I would use it to just say, right, what do you want for Goss? He would be the one that I definitely want to tie down.
Mate, he could be big money, mate. If that boy's get pedigree, I mean, I believe Man United have got an option on him with QPR, so I don't know. He just might be out of a price range. But you never know. You never know, depending on his contract situation. We'll see how it goes. Ibrox loyal.
Yeah, I totally agree with Magpies coming for, but I do believe it is going to be £1 million for QPR. It's already signed, sealed and delivered come the summer. So I don't think there's any way. Sorry, for Jimmy Murphy, apologies.
Right.
And obviously, I can't see them breaking that.
One of them playing blue and white, one of them hoops and one of them stripes, mate, all right?
No, I know. The £600,000 for Cummings as well, I believe that is the same sort of deal. So I can't see Nottingham Forest breaking that, because that's what they paid Hibs for him in the summer. So they just want to get their money back and cut their losses there. And it'll mean better for us because I believe he'll be a much better player at our club and he'll score a lot of goals as well. The same sort of thing for Russell Martin as well, mate. I know that there was no specific deal put in place for that one, but I believe Norwich still want him back. So I think that's a safe bet that if Russell Martin does well as well, we can keep him. As there's only one is Sean Goss, who we have been talking about for a week now, that it could be anywhere but upwards of £6 million because of where he is. So I don't see any stretch of imagination us getting him come the end of the season. And I wouldn't be using the Morelos money just to get one player. So I think we get the 3 out of the 4, mate, come the summer. They're all on loan. So if they don't do well up here, then they go back to one goes back to the club. If they do really well, we've got a steal. We're getting the 3 of them for less than, £1.5 million. So I think it's a steal by anybody's money.
Aye.
Can I come in on that now?
Aye, mate, aye. Can you comment, Magpie? On you go, mate.
No, the one with Goss, I think we discussed that just last week as well. I think George Logan put something in the papers that could cost a few £1 million to buy Goss. However, I think we should test the waters, as they say, because he looks a smashing player. Russell Martin, there's no deal, as far as I know, there's no actual deal signed in any way, shape or form for that, but I think a deal could be done at a reasonable price. Cummings, as far as I'm led to believe, deal's been signed that come the end of the season, we'll pay the sum of like £600,000, I think it is the option. Murphy, as far as I'm led to believe, I don't know if we paid some money up front on that, but as far as I'm led to believe, it was £1.8 million was the total deal for Murphy. That's what I'm led to believe.
Aye, we'll see how it pans out. Bridge, I mean, the loan deals. I bet you wish Prodan was a loan deal, Magpie.
No, I mean, listen, my complaint is about the loan deals. I firmly agree with it. My problem is, what I was trying to say is because I've been let down that often, that I'm going to reserve my judgment to see that these transfers, because there are many times that we've been waiting, we're going to sign this player, or this player's in the bag, and then we end up not signing anybody. I mean, for weeks and weeks and weeks it was going on about Naismith signing for Rangers. He's going to do this, he's going to do this, and he doesn't come. And actually, when you think about it, see if Naismith had signed for Rangers now for the short term, then we could have afforded to let Morelos go to Murphy's True, and then you've got somebody there that's at least, it's because you can't. We've got one centre forward at the club if Morelos goes. And as I say to you, right, I played in Morelos' position, and I was always taught from an early age that don't be afraid to miss if they're centre forward. And that's the thing. So I've seen our criticism, and I think we're really, really hard on our own players, the Rangers fans just now. that if a boy, he's 21, he misses chances and he misses chances, or this guy missed this, he missed this, he's crap. We get enough of that for them. We don't need that. I watched the boy against Corinthians against a quality team, and he scored 2 good goals. That's what I will judge Morelos on. And, he will be a good player. Make no mistake about it. But the thing is, we're very short way forwards, and we're going into the second part of the season. And if we were to sell Morelos, we will sell him eventually. I don't know if it makes sense. My remark about the loan deals, Oxus, until I see it actually in writing, then I'll believe it. And that's just the way it's been with Rangers in the last...
That's a fair comment, Magpie. We don't know what's right or wrong. There's a lot of speculation, a lot of putting 2 and 2 together, but it's not the first time that's added up to 5.
I've heard things like, Barry Mackay's fee will go to pay for, that Nottingham Forest took for Cummings. It'll be a kind of thing. But, there's nothing set in writing that and there's nothing coming forward to say that the guy's going to be ours. Now, see, we honest, one horrible moment, I don't think that boy would do it, knowing the stock he comes from, as that if he did well, could you imagine they wouldn't put a bid in just to put the spokes in the wheel, a higher bid? And that's why I'm hoping it comes, because that's what that mob are like, and that's why I'm hoping these deals are tied up, because I think Cummings will be a success here. I've always thought he's a good player. I always thought he's what Rangers are missing, that Gallus type. And even looking at Newman, when Newman was with Ian Ferguson, that's the type of players Rangers have been missing. And that's the type of players I want back at Ibrox. The Dockery signing, to me, will be a great signing.
I don't think they would touch Cummings now. Now he's played for us, scored for us.
I think we just need to accept, mate, we're going down a different road now. I said about a year ago in this programme, I thought Rangers would only do well if they picked good loan signings, mate. And the way they're going about it now, I think, is very smart, mate. We're getting these boys in, see how they settle into Ibrox, see if they're good enough to play for Rangers. We've got an option to buy on most of them. And I think that's the way we'll go forward. We'll take gambles on people like Morelos, young boy, 21, scoring goals here and there. Bring them into the club. They're the players, I'm afraid, that we have to sell on to make progress as a club. And I can see us bringing in loans most of the seasons, mate, going forward. I don't see Rangers going out in the transfer market for a few years and actually buying somebody at around about £4 or £5 million. I think the new strategy we've got will see us, we will only be left with a load of players like your Crankers and etc. because we're not going to give out contracts like that anymore.
I agree with that, Foxy. I agree with you.
Go ahead, who's speaking for?
Right. No, we can't. I tell you.
No, I was just
why, Gary. I tell you why, Gary. We're going straight to a tune, and right after that, you can come in first.
No bother.
All right. So if you don't mind everybody going mute, Fox will give us a tune. Well, thanks for that, Fox.
Oh, well done, Fox. That was
That was
brilliant.
a nice wee melody, that.
What a wee medley,
Jimmy Shan loyal.
Can I just come in on something? Oh, sorry, it was Gary. It was going to speak. Sorry,
Gary. Yeah, stage before Beauty Bridge.
Oh, mate, I was doing wheelies and everything there. That was brilliant. No, I wanted to say just one more quick thing on the Morelos thing, right? For me, if he's going to go, we need to sell him now because the Chinese transfer window doesn't close to the end of February. So if we reject the bid now and then next week they come in with the 10 million, we're going to take it and then we're not going to be able to replace him. So if he's going to go, he needs to go before the Mora and we need to get somebody else in.
Being cynical, that might just suit the board if that was to happen.
Why did you say that?
Because then you've got 10 million in your hip that you don't need to part with or do anything with. And it's not your fault, but it was just an offer you couldn't receive. Just being cynical. I'm being cynical when I say that. Yeah. Do you see where I'm coming from, Bridge?
Aye, but stuff we've spoke about in the past as well. But Gary's right to a certain extent that if we're ever going to replace anyone, we have to have a, shall we say, the proverbial list saying these are the players that we would like to bring in. And if there is someone on the list that would be available this window, I mean before tomorrow night, then we may have to preempt this, much like Gary's implying, and just go and get the guy in. If we can get him at a reasonable price to now, and it'll be offset against his the money we get. But then again, you're at that point where, how do you say it? We really do need to sell if we're going to make any money off this guy. But we'll not know until it's all over and done with. It could be a load of rubbish. It could be somebody just giving us some false news, lifting our hopes up. I'm actually quietly confident that it's true, but I won't know until probably tomorrow sometime. But you're right, Gary. We have to have somebody ready to step in. Unless we've already got somebody on the books, youngsters coming through, I just don't know. But the manager has to give to somebody in because he's our top scorer. No matter what we think, he's the top scorer.
Rich, do you think Mark Allen will be sitting there just now with his file? I would imagine he's compiled a file with players in it that we're already looking at anyway,
That's exactly my thoughts, yes.
Possibly come the summer, maybe thinking about summer signings and stuff like that. So he's maybe thinking... Obviously, if it's true, that's it, if it's true, and Morelos is off, then he's thinking, right, okay, here's the next sort of couple of players that we'd be looking at for that position. You can
also go down the loan route, which has been quite successful to a certain extent. So if there's anybody out there that they know is we could get for on a 6-month loan with an option to buy at the end of it, brilliant,
Yeah.
Can I come in, lads?
On you go, Magpie.
I was interested to see. I kind of need to make myself understood. Maybe I'm not. I wouldn't even cheat. I understand. I'm not saying don't go down the loan route, but Morelos is somebody we signed, and we're going to make money on him, and we have to make money on players as well. It's not just about saving money; it's about making money, and this is what we've got to go. So we need to have young players coming through, or buying people who we can sell on. That's the kind of business we're in, and they're in, we're in, and the whole of Scottish football is going to be in. We are now. Our immediate future now, is just battling with them to win a league up here.
Who's doing the typing?
Well, there's no chance of anything in Europe. We've seen how bad Scottish football is when they play in Europe, and I'm including them. We cannot forget that they did. I wouldn't care what time of the season it was. They lost to a team for Gibraltar, and we lost to a team for Luxembourg, and that's the kind of league we're in. We're not going to get any better. It's not going to get any better because of politics up here, because of bad referees, because of tackles are allowed to fly in, and and the fact is nobody wants to come here. They can't keep a player for all that money they've got there. Nobody with any quality, a Di Canio and that would never come back to come to them there. Despite how much money they've got, because it's such a poor quality league. Now, I'll go back to the Corinthians game. That was fantastic for Rangers for that boy to be playing, or Rangers to be playing in that tournament, because that would be seen in a number of countries. And that's what I mean. That's the kind of platform we need to put our players on, and that's why Morelos is sought after. I firmly believe if Morelos did stay, we would get 10 million at the end of the season anyway. If he continues to bang the goals in, because he is only a boy. Yeah, I mean, and you can see he's got an upper body strength. He might miss chances, but he's not afraid to shoot, and he can hold up play. He's a very, very good player. But as what I was trying to say, folks, I understand we've got to go down this loan route, and we will continue to do it, but we also have to have players that we can sell. We have to have assets at the club. Without that, then we're going to have people a run-of-the-mill club. I don't know what you guys think about that.
All right.
Can I just answer that before you go through, mate?
Yeah, we're going to travel first, then through, on you go.
I think what we're seeing, mate, and you can see it across the city, there's a ceiling in the type of class of player that's going to come to Scotland. They're finding it hard to buy MD, mate, because the price of players has just escalated so much in the last couple of years. And for me, I think Scottish football needs to find its own standards, mate. We are only going to go out there for a right few years, mate, and take on Europe, because it's just not going to happen. We need to get Scottish football back into some sort of good shape where we can attract players to Scotland. And the loan market is the only way it's going to happen at the present time.
But folks, how do you do that? How do you get Scottish football up and running again when all you see from the press, from opposing fans, is a sheer hatred towards one club? It's negative. There's nothing positive. There is more hatred for Rangers than love for their own clubs. I see it on Twitter every day. The fact that Rangers stood by and let Celtic show a film about Rangers' demise at Parkhead and never put a complaint into the SFA worries me, because that, you talk about ungentlemanly conduct on a pitch. Right, what the hell's that? You know, and this is what happens. This is what we are. So I don't really, I'm not interested in Scottish football anymore. I don't follow the international team. I couldn't care less if they get cuffed every time they play. I love Rangers. As I'm saying to you, I understand. I'm agreeing with you. I believe this is the market. You heard me saying that. They can't attract players. We can't attract quality players. But what we shouldn't be doing is selling the players that we have got, like the Barry Mackays, for tuppence because we're desperate. And I hope those days are changing. I'm glad if Morelos goes for 8 to 10 million, that's a start, mate.
There's one thing about hatreds of Scottish football, mate, is it's no affecting our fans and it's no affecting our attendances. In fact, it's worked the opposite way. We are a stronger support now than we were a few years ago, mate.
I've been joined by travel, Rug. Evening travel.
Hello there.
How we doing? We've also been joined by True Blue. Evening, True.
I was in first.
No, you weren't.
Aye, I was.
No, you weren't.
I was. Have you got a thing for sailors?
Yes, you know that.
Right, okay,
You know that.
My case, Your Honour.
You were with me that night.
The lady boys fair fool you, don't they?
How we doing, travel, Rug? What's on your mind?
Just what Fox was saying there about the relying on the loan market. We're talking about Morelos here. He's not a loan player. That's as we've taken advantage of somebody that's spotted a player, recommended a player. The guy that done that's already part of the backroom staff. Spotted him, recommended him. We went and spent a bit of money and knew we were going to get a good return on it. And talking about potential assets, McCrory, Bates, we're building something here. And my part, you made a point there about no caring about Scotland. I'm the same as you, mate. But you know what? I think we're going to give Scotland a team back. I think it's by bringing through players like McCrory, Bates, the boy we've just bought for Hamilton, even the Jason Holtz, the Jason Cummins. We're going to give Scotland a team back. And you know what? See, for us, I've got totally disinterested in Scotland. We're going to have to start watching them again, because it's going to be our players that's going to be the backbone of that national team in the future. Scotland has been destroyed by the hatred of one club. Scottish football has the greed and the envy for that team across the other side there, they've caused the demise of Scottish football for the last probably even longer than 5 years. There's been so much hatred for them. They're destroying it. But you know what? We're starting to find our feet again. And we're now building a team and we've lost that watched it. It's these young boys that are coming through that's making us excited here. I will quite happily take the money for wee Fredo. Because that's going to give us more security in our club. I'm not really that bothered if they get £8 million. I don't really want to see them going out and spending that. I want to have this money in our club, invested back into our club and confirming the security of our club. I don't doubt for a minute that we've got directors there that will put money into they'll put their hands in their own pockets. But see if we can get money like that back to one player, that's us turned around. We are now safe. We can kick on for there. And I hate to say it because he's been a bit of a revelation since he came, but he might just be the saviour for our club for the next 10, 15 years. That's going to give us the foundation that we can just continue to kick on for.
True Blue. Sorry, Travel. Sorry, I thought you were done there, mate. True Blue.
Are you finished, Travel?
You
done, mate? Are you done?
I know
you done,
you'll
Travel?
back me up too.
No, mate. I'm interested in what you're saying, genuinely.
No, but I'm falling off. You coming in behind me after me making the comments about Scotland. I'm interested to hear what you've got to say about that. I know you feel quite strongly about the SFA and the national team. So, but that's just that's what I think we're going to have to look after. Or we've been doing it. We're looking after ourselves. But I think we might end up having to drag Scottish football up as well.
I noticed you never gave Kenny Miller or Lee Wallace a...
Oh, that was last night's fun.
True Blue.
Listen, there's a few points here just while I was listening that I've picked up on. Fox, what a brilliant choice tonight. The all accordions out, brilliant. Absolutely.
Thanks for the call, caller.
Magpie was talking about the money they've got there. Listen, they've only more money than Scottish football, that's all. You look at it in European terms or even down in England, they're skint and all. They've got that money, mate, to probably win the worst leagues in Europe. That's the only reason. You're talking about them having that film at Parkhead and Rangers no putting in a complaint. I'll tell you this, see if Rangers had a film on about them in Ibrox Park, I would be complaining to Rangers. What a sick, sad, obsessive mob they are. It really is pathetic. In terms of the Scotland team, I think it's a complete debacle. I think questions should be asked of the SFA and everybody else involved. They poured millions into Hampden to redo it. And it's one of the worst parts you can go to. I hate Hampden. You're so far for the action. I detest it. Now they're talking about abandoning it. Now they've knocked back. There's a question in all Rangers and Celtic applied to host games, as did Murrayfield. Now, is there collusion going on with the two of them there? Did the SFA invite them to put in a bid? I don't know. But if they start taking the Scotland games to Edinburgh, no for me. I honestly, I've said it 100 times on here, I'm not going to go all the same old ground again. Reagan and Doncaster need to be chased out of Glasgow with pitchforks. Get somebody in, get an entrepreneur in who can build Scottish football up again. And as far as the loan markets are, I think that's where we're all operating in now. Fox mentioned it, he said it about a year ago. He actually said it about 2 or 3 years ago. We would get down this road. But when you look at it, the whole of Scottish football's going down that road. They're supposed to be the richest club, and maybe they are at the minute. And they're still taking loanees in. That's the way football is up here now. In terms of developing it and bringing it on in the future, you're talking about developing youths. The recent scandal of that, I'll note that in the head. The price of taking Wednesday football and everything else. I've said it before, the schools and the government should be stepping in here. And that's the way I feel about it all. But in terms of money, there's no money in Scottish football.
I think their wage bill's strangling them. I think we've done it. I think we've kept our wage bill reasonable. But I bet they're probably paying your man Brown 30, 35 grand a week. And
rumour has it, Travel. Just a rumour that he's got in his contract. He's going to be the highest paid player at the club, and that's how Roberts is on loan. Because if he gets a wage rise and they'd signed him, automatically he would get a wage rise as well. Rumour, just pure rumour. Anyway, we've been joined by Big Al. How are we doing, big man?
Not bad, gentlemen. Excellent show. Look, this show is built on conjecture, and that's what makes it a good show.
Yeah.
I would just
bollocks, it's built on bollocks.
Well, I was going to say that, but I thought we were going to get yellow carded, so it's built on bullshit. There we go. No, but everybody's right and everybody's wrong in the same respect. And I just wanted to call in because Magpie's on the show, and I'd like to support Magpie and his views. I'm not too keen on the loan thing, but I can see the benefits of this loan thing to us. But also, we spent 600 grand or thereabouts on the young boy Docherty. That's an investment we made in a young guy. We've got 2 or 3 there. As you've all been saying, we've got Bates, we get him tied up. That's another investment that we're making because Scottish football, we are going to have to develop these players, sell them on and bring money into the club. To me, with the Morales thing, I was listening to a few things this morning and I had a wee bit of Google. I believe the other centre forward that team is a Colombian that's friends with Morales, and they both have the same... I think it's 4 or 5 different agents they all work with, but they're all kind of in the same stable, if you like, coming into Colombia. So I think that's where the connection comes for Morales going to China. And I think there's been talk of that for the past 2 or 3 weeks, and I think that's why you've seen him being a wee bit up and down in his performances. His head's maybe been turned. I would take $5 million for the guy. I think we've got to live in the real world. We need cash. We need money. We've got all our outgoings that none of us on the panel know about, but we need money. If we get 8.49 million, great. But if there was a third bid of 5, I think you would have to take that. That would be about as low as I would go. I don't know what you think about that. If you would take 5 yourselves, or he's all been smoking the weed. But
I think the opening bid was higher than that, Al. According to Sky here, the opening bid was $7.5 million, mate. Yeah.
Well, I would. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying 5. I would take 5 for him if I was Dave King. But I also think we're seeing this Mark Allen influence. Bearing in mind we've got a temporary manager or an interim manager in place at the moment, I think a lot of this is Mark Allen driven. I think Mr. Murray will have a certain say in it, but he's not having the final say, I don't believe. He's there to coach the players. Say, we've got this player, he's this, he's that. Can you coach him? Oh, I think we can get a wee bit extra at him. And that's the avenue I think we've got to be done as well. We buy some players in. There's a few young guys in Scotland. Let's go and sweep them up if we get this money in. Get that Henry boy for Dundee, or the big boy Suter from, I think he's at Stoke, as you know. But if we could get the kind of guys in and try and build up and coach them properly, make them better, make our investment larger in regards to getting a return for these guys.
Yeah, I'll take that round the pal. Great call, Al. I'll take it to Magpie, and then we'll go to Ibrox Loyal and we'll work through the panel.
Good evening, Magpie.
How you doing, Alan? How's things, mate?
Aye, not bad. Aye, great.
Listen,
a pleasure to be on the show with you.
Oh, same with you, mate. Listen, what I was trying to say...
I'm going to be sick.
I'm feeling the love.
I think you should just do Skype. Just do the twos, mate. No, listen, what I was going to say, buddy, was... I'll say it true. I don't know if you heard my full comments. I did say that they can't attract anybody because of the profit of the league. It wouldn't matter how much money, even if they had that amount of money, much more money than us, they weren't paying the wages. Nobody wants to come here anymore. Nobody wants to. You won't get the Canio here anymore. It's as simple as that. So I'm aware of that. As the Scotland thing, mate, I don't want Rangers players booed onto the park with people that can't appreciate everything that Rangers has done, the history of Rangers Football Club, and the great players we produced in the past. Right, I don't want it. I said because that's what.
And the national anthem, Magpie, and the national anthem.
Exactly, mate. It's an embarrassment. Now here we go. Right, what I'll say to you just now is the kind of country we live in just now, and why I get so angry is that Pedro was slagged off. He was made to be stupid Johnny Foreigner with the press for the stupid things he came away with. We have Brendan Rodgers lie after lie after lie. 24 clubs, including Real Madrid, were after us. If that was Pedro, he'd be getting slaughtered in the papers because it's Rangers, because it's St Brendan for the Invincibles who beat everybody. They've got 20 times more money than, and referees giving them dodgy decisions at every turn when they're struggling in away games. It's okay. I agree 100% with you, Alan. I do agree we have to cut a cloth accordingly, and we'd have to get the loanees in. My problem was when people were getting excited, what I was trying to say is I haven't seen any guarantee that these will be our players at the end of the season. We're just going on rumour, and that's the way I'm going to treat it, because I've been disappointed for the last 6 years. We've had so many false dawns. That's really all I'm saying. And until I see those players signed, then that's great. But else, I agree with you. I think in today's market, if we can get £8 million for a guy we picked up $1 million, it's a good bit of business, because we do need the finances. But as long as we allow, I've always this has been one of my strongest things, and you know that, as long as we allow, we as Rangers supporters, we're quite apathetic. We sit there and we go, I can't let the dafties, look at them, they're just daft. They're not dafties anymore, they're dangerous. These people can stop investment, getting into their club, serious investment, because these people send emails to Brighton to say we've no money. They send emails to whoever we're dealing with. They are absolutely obsessed. You know what I mean? And some people go, well, let's look, there's no smoke without fire. That's the kind of thing. So we really need to be a bit shrewder. I love the way Rangers are going just now. I'm starting to believe in the board again. I thought I'd never believe in anybody again because of the false dawns we've had, but I do. But you know something, as long as...
You've always believed in me, Magpie.
Oh, no, definitely, mate. But listen, what I was going to say, what I was going to say, mate, as long as that fan base stays here, that fan base is brilliant. And, you know, it's the best fans in the country. And I've always said about our PR department, we don't do enough to promote Rangers. We should be getting out there and saying, well, we have the best away support all over Scotland. We have the best fans. I worked in at Celtic Park. There was no way there's 60,000. Let me tell you that right now, 60,000 at every home game there. Unfortunately, I have to go past by there and Derry Barry Ferguson fee sign every time I go by in the bus. That's just the way I'm with him, man. But as I say to you, it's absolute pleasure, guys. Been on me. I love the debate tonight. It's good to debate with Rangers fans and no fallout. And have a
Cheers, Magpie. Cheers, Magpie. You're an absolute gentleman. I'll go to Ibrox Loyal.
Sorry, guys. I'm just going to go, if that's all right.
Cheers, big man. Cheers, big man.
Take care, Al.
Gary, popped into me, Magpie.
Gary, you keep up doing the wheelies, man. That's what I meant on my face earlier.
I will do. Cheers, mate.
Take care, gentlemen.
See you, Al. Ibrox Loyal, then Bridge.
Yeah. I totally agree with Al what he just says there about if we get 5
million. Gary's wheelies?
No.
All right.
About the Morelos thing, mate, when he says about if we get anywhere near 5 million, accept it. I'd be telling him to jump to China Sea if it was any sort of bid near that. But I did say last night I would be devastated if it goes. But if it's 8 million, mate, you're right. You can't reject that sort of money. It's going to come in. It's going to move our club forward. And we've just got to say well done to him and hope he does well for the rest of his career.
The boys are grown up. You're grown up now, Ibrox.
No, but the thing is, well, mate, about the loan signings. The loan signings that come in, mate, they come in and then you can judge them on that season. Because either, as you say, they could get a serious injury or the jersey could be too big for them at times. And then if it works out at the end of the season, and the 3 or 4 players that you've got in on loan do really well, and we've got them on the signing things that we're hoping that they're going to be on, then they come in and we're laughing because we've got most of them for about 1.5 million, 1.8 million at the end of the season, should it be true. So I think the loan market does work if you use it right.
Bridgeman? Bridge?
Oh. I'm talking away to myself there, sorry. Yeah, Loyal's right there. The loan market does work, but we've been using it for our own benefit, of course. So different clubs use the loan market for different things. We're using it at the present moment to bolster, shall we say, preload the Rangers players and get, shall we say, agreements in place. Some of them firm, some of them maybe not so firm. But the probability is that come the summertime, we'll sign these players and pay whatever money's due. That's probably a given. I really do think, when we're talking about this, Morelos' money, if it's anywhere near what they're saying, 8 million, 8.5 million, we can't afford not to say yes. We just can't. We need to do something on the marketplace and go out and bring someone in that can be a half-decent replacement. And I don't know how we're going to do it. We need to work some magic somewhere. But that's what we need to do. Because obviously we're top scorer, and we need to bring someone in that's going to stand beside or play beside Mr. Cummings and make Mr. Cummings into our top scorer in all probability. So the fallback on that is we use Herrera. I don't think that's going to work too much. But I'm over the moon about it. I hope the deal goes through. I really do. I think Rangers need it. I don't want Rangers to go out and spend all 8 million in one fell swoop and try to buy 3 players and then I'm quite happy if we've got their eyes on someone, get them in tomorrow and get it done. But I don't want to be spending millions of pounds on a player. Can't afford that either. So I'd love Rangers to have some cash in the bank when they get to the end of the season. Their annual accounts will say Rangers have got so much money in the bank and this, that and next thing, and they don't need PricewaterhouseCoopers, whoever it is that's doing our books, to turn around and say we need soft loans. We're guaranteed with soft loans for the next year or something like that. We'll probably need another £3 million to see us through to the end of the season. I don't want to see that again. I want that all over and done with.
All right, remember we've got the kit deal, a lot of things are kicking in.
Oh yes, there's a lot of money coming in.
We'll go to Fox then, we'll go to True Blue.
Pardon, you want me to answer this time?
Well, just a general conversation about where we're going and the loans and the money and how you see it striving forward, mate.
As I say, I think Mark Allen's got a plan, mate, and he's decided the route that's best for Rangers, and that's the route we'll be going down. And it will be a mixture of loans and pulling in young players with potential. The likes of Morelos, mate, I don't know if we're talking about a place here and there isn't a deal like this in place. I know it's all kind of off of Twitter, etc. and all that, mate, but we need to be seen to selling people on for a profit. That brings in other young people in the age of Morelos, knowing that if they come and they play well at Ibrox, they can get a move. And this is the sort of thing, how we'll go about building the club back up. As you rightly said, we've got a lot of other investment to come in between now and next season. New strip deal, in all probability some sort of share offer, which may not add some money to the coffers, mate. I don't know how that's going to be framed and sold. But things are looking up for the club, and I think we should just step back. If we can do a deal for Morelos for that sort of money, I think it's a good sign for Rangers.
True Blue?
Aye. I think if you got offered 5-6 million for Morelos, I'd bite the fingers off you to take it, being quite honest. In terms of the young boys, you're looking at McCrory, young Bates and that coming into the team and all the rest of it. Get a decent offer for these boys and all, they'll need to be sold on. That's the way it is now. This is the way we've all been talking, about developing youth through Auchenhowie, bringing them on, developing them into first team players and then selling them on. It's the only way we're going to get money in, guys. I think the whole of Scottish football now is a bit of backwater in terms of finance. Everybody's struggling, looking for money, looking for sponsorship, looking for investment, and it's difficult. You're never going to get near any of the European teams, the teams playing in Europe on a regular basis, like higher teams and all the rest of it. You're talking, but I think Graham Murray said it was an offer of 6 or 7 million for Morelos. I would grab that. Don't know about you, I would definitely grab that, you know.
Do you think true that, I think was it last Friday's press conference, he was asked a question about transfers out, and he says they would need a big chequebook. Do you think Rangers have known about this offer for
wouldn't surprise me, mate. Maybe the conversation might have started in Florida, Fox.
Yeah.
Well, that's apparently where the Chinese side seen him, mate, when he scored in Florida. So for everybody saying it was just a daft wee cup, if it's attracted that much attention, mate, it's been a good trip for us.
Apparently the money in China is unbelievable. I know, Fox, now. But listen, being quite honest, guys, every player at every club is up for sale. You know, any club gets a decent offer for a player nowadays, they'll grab it. Any player. And I think we're now looking at players as assets. I think possibly Lee Wallace might be the last testimonial we ever see at Ibrox for many a year.
I don't know if you'll get the 10-year, mate. You still get 3 years to go, mate.
Has he?
He's only done 7.
No, I didn't think it was that far away.
2011 he signed, mate.
No, but
we'll go.
The days of one-club players are over, I think. You know, I think...
That's a question, Fox.
Aye, on you go, mate, and I'll take it to Rudy.
Right, see if that bid was for McCrory, would we all be saying, I'll just let him go?
It's a no for me, Rudy Bear.
It would be an aye for me, I'm afraid. I don't think there's any way we're in the position to knock 8 million back for a player, regardless who it is. You know, I'd be really sad to see McCrory go, because I think the boy has the capability to be a top-class player, you know, and hopefully, I hope he's at Rangers for years and years to come. You know, he could be a Rangers captain in the future. But I think the reality of the situation is, in order for us to be stabilised financially, regardless of who the player is, if somebody's going to offer you 8 million, especially for a player that's no cost you, and a boy like McCrory that's come through the Rangers youth teams, if you get 8, 9, 10 million offered for a player, then I think it would be stupidity, in my opinion, not to take it. You know, but the plan has to be there that these boys have got to be coming through. You've got to have a conveyor belt of these boys coming through. You know, it can't just be a one-off. You know, you need somebody coming through behind them that's willing, that can play in that position. Or Mark Allen has to be doing a really good job. He has to be looking at players consistently, constantly updating his file for boys that we can bring in. As far as the loans goes, don't have a problem with the loans whatsoever, especially if we make an agreement the way you have with Cummins and Jamie Murphy and that, you know, Brighton and Forest. I don't have a problem bringing loans in. You know, you get to see them for a few months, you know, will they fit in with the club, will they settle in, you know, will they hit the ground running, and then at the end of the season, you know, you can have a look at them, and then you can decide whether you want them long term or not. You know, so I don't have a problem with the loans. But, you know, your question on McCrory, I would take it. 8, 9 million for McCrory, I would still take it.
Ulster?
Was this about McCrory?
Yeah. Fox asked the question.
Yeah, I think you would have to take it. That's the position we're in at the minute. Just have to be honest. You know, I mean, if you're getting offered that kind of money for any player who's on our books at the minute, you'd need to take it, because that would go a long, long way to getting us a better team. All right, we'll maybe lose, if you're talking about Morelos or McCrory, you maybe lose a good player, but think of the players you could buy for that. We're talking maybe 600,000 for Cummings, which is a great bit of business. So that money could be heavily invested, and in the long run, it would make it a better team quicker for us.
All right, fair comment. Gary, then we'll take it to Ridgeman.
I mate for McCrory. If you were to get 8-9 million for him, I would absolutely take that. Just on the loan things as well. As you know, I'm a big fan of it. I mean, see signing players on 3-4 year deals for however many million it might be. It's no good for the long term. Perfect example for me is there was 5 million for Pena and Herrera. If we had just got them on loan deals, think, you know, where else that money could have went. Do you know what I mean? I think we just need to be smarter than that kind of thing. And for me, the loan market would definitely be the way forward for me.
Fair comment. There's been talking English football in the press, mate, that they're talking about trying to push going to year salaries so that they can't be held to ransom, the clubs.
I mean
the clubs, because Fox has been saying for years it's went too far that the players have got maybe too much power. It's went from one extreme to another.
The money is just stupid down there. Do you know what I mean?
Or you mean in an annual salary, Oxchair?
An annual contract, mate.
An annual contract. Okay, pal. That's fine.
Okay. All right, but I mean it's all pie in the sky stuff. All right, Bridge and then Ibrox Loyal, and then we'll go back to Magpie.
I think based on the conversation that most of the guys have said it, look, in my opinion, obviously everybody's got his price. The club's got their price for their players based on the valuation. There's none of our players we couldn't sell, and we wouldn't sell. I'm sure we would just sell them to get the money in. Obviously, we're talking mega bucks here, like, you know. So yes, if a young McCrory came up for the reported £8.5 million, you would sell him. 100% sure. 100%.
Ibrox?
Definitely not for me, mate. He's just signed a new 4.5-year contract for that exact reason, that it's going to have to take seriously stupid money to take him away from a club. He's going to be, I don't care what anybody says, a future Rangers captain in a few years' time. He's in a very specialist position, mate, that's very hard to find. A really good central defensive midfielder. And just luck, our manager, Mr. Murray, has found an ideal position for him. It works very well for him, and I'm sorry it would take a lot more than £8 or £9 million to get him away from Ibrox for me.
Ibrox, do you not think though £8 or £9 million for McCrory would be stupid money, really, when you think about it?
No, he just signed a 4.5-year deal as well, but you've got to take that into consideration. That's what all the big teams do, mate. When they find a player as specialised as McCrory is, they give him a big contract like that, and then it takes some seriously stupid money to get him away, mate, because there isn't that many good central defensive midfielders in British football, never mind any other sort of football. That's
so what would you consider to be serious money then? But say if somebody come in for the next season, just for talking sake, hypothetically speaking, what would you be looking for McCrory?
Above the £10 million mark, mate.
Okay.
All right, listen, before we go to Magpie, we've got a question come in through Facebook. Big Ulster's going to read it out, and we'll take the question first to Magpie. All right, on you go, Big Ulster.
Yep, 2 seconds here just to get it again. Yeah, it's from Ritty Blue 72. Right. And he's just asking, well, first of all,
that's the boy coaching in America, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep. He's glad to hear Bridge is on the mend, so that's the first thing he wants to put across. After the Doherty deal, the Hamilton chairman came out and praised Rangers for being professional during negotiations. And Mr. Murray today said in his presser that the Ross County chairman graciously offered their training facilities for the cup match against Fraserburgh. Should we as fans take note of these kind gestures and remember them against club attitudes against the likes of Hibs, Motherwell and Kilmarnock, and, well, basically everyone else in Scotland? I'd like to know everyone's opinion, especially that Barchester Bridge.
Right, we'll go to Magpie and then we'll go to Bridge.
Well, you know my feelings. I never want to build bridges with certain teams, Aberdeen, and then across the south. As far as I'm concerned, Ross County, I don't have a problem with Ross County. Again, it was lovely to hear that Rangers acted professional, the Hamilton chairman said. And again, it comes back to that old saying, that old thing about Rangers, ex-Rangers men supposed to love the club in the media, slagging Rangers off for the way they conduct their transfer business. But the mob over the road has got much more money than us, are doing the exact same thing, and there's nothing said. So yeah, it makes a change. I think Murty has made a big difference. I think he's a very calm man. I don't have a problem saying thank you to Ross County, and it's nice to see the Hamilton chairman, if it was the Hamilton chairman, come out and say that. But as far as Hibs, and Celtic and Aberdeen, I'm not interested. Ask Dundee United. They would have killed Rangers off. If they killed Rangers off, it would have been soccer suicide for them, and it's the only reason we're still in existence. Because believe me, if they could have existed without us, we wouldn't be here. And that's how I feel. So, no, I would never build bridges for these teams. I've no interest.
Bridgman?
Yeah, I agree 100% with Magpie. I think it's really difficult for any Rangers fan, no matter who we are and how nice we are. I think it might take maybe a generation or two before you'll find some Rangers fans who are willing to build bridges, if indeed you will find them, because this is going to burn through a lot of people's memories, and they'll be passed down from father to son for sure, or parent to child, whichever we want to look at it. I don't want to do any business. If we could get to a different league, we've said this way back in the past, if we get to a different league, it'd be great for Rangers. But I really don't want to do any business at all with Scottish clubs. None at all. I don't trust any of them. All I feel is hatred from them. I don't think too much about them. I don't watch them on the telly, to be honest. So when they've got to say they've got a player, but once I see a player at Ibrox, like that boy Docherty, and before him it was a young boy Crawford, that was the only two players I know that played for Hamilton. And then they got David Templeton, so I know you got him, that kind of thing. I don't know any of their players at all, any opposition teams. I don't want to know about them. I just want Rangers to beat them. Simple as that.
All right, what about the point for the nice gestures there that came for Hamilton and Ross County?
Well, I don't know whether Hamilton and Ross County are being disingenuous, shall we say. They might just be saying something for the sake of whatever cash is available to them. But I wouldn't trust that boy Owen Coyle at all.
Bridge, can I just jump in there for a wee second? You're talking about Ross County there, right? See the guy up at Ross County, McGregor. It's not the first time McGregor's. I think that man's got a bit of a soft spot for Rangers. He was one of the chairmen that came out and said there's no way the Scottish Premier League can advance itself without a strong Rangers in it. And it's not the first time he's come out in the defence of Rangers. I think the guy's got a wee bit of a soft spot for Rangers. It's 2 or 3 times over the last 3 or 4 years he's come out in the defence of Rangers. So I don't have a problem with Ross County because I've seen what the man said. So I have Owen Coyle, different kettle of fish. We know where he's coming from. You know what I mean? But for the club itself, I think they're a decent wee club. I have to say that. I think they're a decent club, Ross County. I think the guy McGregor, I think his name's Roy McGregor, if I remember right. I think the guy McGregor, is it Roy Ibrox? I think Roy McGregor. And as I said, in the last 3 or 4 seasons, he's come out 2 or 3 times and made statements in the defence of Rangers, and he's stuck up for Rangers, so he has. He's not a bad guy. He's not a bad guy, and they're not a bad wee club. As for Hamilton... No, sorry, on you go, Brad. On you go.
No, I was just going to come back on that because the previous management from Ross County was Jim, what's God Almighty, and
McIntyre.
Jim McIntyre and Dodsey. And you've probably heard them, but when you do hear them, when you do hear what they've got to say, they don't have anything nice to say about Rangers at all. Never did. Even the low ex-player, Dodsey. No very nice things they've got to say about Rangers. I'm going way back, so I'm going back to when the troubles really started. And I've stood at Ibrox in the queues that felt like 7-8 hours, standing in queues to get tickets and to see the Rangers, to try to bring the Rangers back up, invest my money, buy my shares. I don't want to listen to other teams telling me how Rangers should be playing. Do you follow what I mean? I don't like being told how and why, what Rangers are about. I know what Rangers are about. For me, but what Rangers are about, what that person thinks. Rangers have came back. They're coming back, and they're right back now. They're not going to get given anything. I accept that quite well. We will not be given anything by any team or any club in this league. Nothing. And in fact, it'll be nothing but badness. So,
all right, we've only got a few minutes left, and we'll take Richie Blue's point to the rest of the boys. True Blue.
I have no love for any other club in Scotland, mate. None at all. it's easy to make a wee comment here and there, that's fine, all well and dandy, but no, I have no interest in any other club in Scotland. I don't have any good thoughts towards any of them. And that is sad. I used to think there was clubs kind of thought along the same lines as us, but no, I've soon had that knocked out us. And as far as Magpies talking about Scumdee United, I'll give them 2 years, mate, and that's been very generous, and they'll be an admin.
All right, Gary?
And I'll laugh.
I mean, it's nice to hear, obviously that we've been professional in the way we've dealt with things, but to be honest, I wouldn't expect anything less from us. But I do believe that Mr. Murray also said that Hamilton were good to deal with in the transfer business as well. Nice to hear the gesture for Ross County as well. But for me, I will never ever forgive the clubs that voted to kick us when we were down. I will never ever forgive them. So
right,
that's
comment, mate.
Plain and simple, mate. I will never ever forgive them for it.
Ibrox Loyal, then the Fox.
Yep. No, I've a lot of time for Hamilton for what they come out and says, mate, because it was right. We were good to deal with, and so were they. The guy McDonald and Les Gray at Hamilton always treat us fairly. As for Roy McGregor up at Ross County, again another genuine guy. Is Rudy says. They come out and says at the time, Scottish football needs a strong Rangers. I think he came out and says as well something like, we're going to end up eating ourselves to death. And when it came out as well about all this title stripping nonsense, he was one of the first chairmen to come out and say that there'll be no talk of this because we will not sign a letter allowing it to go ahead. So I've got a lot of time for the two clubs, mate, and fair play to them for coming out and says what they've said in the last couple of days. So.
All right, mate. Fox?
I find this a hard question, mate. If you've ever been an underdog at anything, you'll know what it's like. For me, mate, you need to remember some of these clubs at that time were dealing with a board at Rangers that even the fans didn't want there, mate. A lot of these wee clubs had to toe the line with the fear that the Rangers could have went out the game. They knew what it meant to them, but they had to toe the line or their future in football when they've been very rosy either. I take it clubs like Celtic, Hibs, Dundee United and Aberdeen, mate, wouldn't have loaned them players, wouldn't have done anything for them. Hard decision for some of these smaller chairmen. I do know we've got a good relationship with the board members at Hamilton. I've been told that personally. And Ross County was a great gesture, and we need to see more of these gestures for the smaller clubs. I'm not talking about the bitter clubs, mate, the smaller clubs. And also moving forward, when we're trying to get some sort of thing through at the SFA, we're going to depend on some of these wee clubs to get a voice, mate. Because right now we don't have a voice big enough for now because the Tims and their allies are running Scottish football, mate.
All right, last word on the question to Big Ulster, and sends with regards to Richie Blue, mate. If that's all right, mate. Tell him we're all asking for him.
Will do.
Yes, and tell him I'm drinking a Barchester to him.
Hey. No, you get people's point. You know, a lot of bitter feelings towards certain clubs and what happened to us. You know, at that time, people voting us down, but we're on here quite a lot. You know, the clubs aren't dealing with us the way we want or coming across wrong. You know, we're the first to go against them. I think it's only right sometimes to give a bit of praise. You know, when you've got the smaller clubs saying good things about us and likes of doing gestures of offering us the training facility. So just take it. That's what we want more of, and hopefully going forward, that's the way certain clubs will deal with us. But we know the bitterness that we have against the likes of Dundee United and Hibs. So they'll never want to deal with us. They'll never want to talk highly of the club or give us any of these gestures. So we know that.
I don't know. I think Hibs have gave us Anti Stokes in a free transfer.
Fair play to the likes of Hamilton and likes of Ross County. I'm the first to go against them when things come across not too good for us, but they've talked highly of us and they've offered us these certain shifts, so fair play to them.
All right, last question before we go to shout-outs. It's a yes or a no answer. They're difficult for you, Magpie, I know. Will Alfredo Morelos be with us on Thursday?
I don't know, mate. I did you go there from that? Because I'm going to Twitter. I couldn't tell you. I would say if it's true, I'd say no. If it's
Ibrox Loyal?
No.
Bridgeman?
Based on the reports that we're seeing tonight, I wouldn't expect him to be there on Thursday, no.
Fox?
I think you'll still be with us, mate.
Gary?
If we're smart about our business, mate, no, it will not.
Rudy Bear?
No.
True Blue?
No.
Ulster?
No, I don't think so. But it's all about the proper replacement, of course.
All right, it's time for shout-outs.
What do you think, Oxia?
No. The way it's looking, no, mate. There seems to be a bit of substance in the story. Shout-out, Magpie?
Oh, it's just like the independence referendum again. We're all saying no. But I was just going to say, just before I go, lads, a great show. Good to hear Bridges in the bend, and thanks very much for letting us on tonight. Just one conundrum. Ibrox, I'll need to take back that wedding present I've got for you, because I went and got you a Rangers jersey with Morelos on the back. But
Brilliant, Magpie.
Great show,
Did
lads.
you not
Great
get it
show,
changed to more or less?
Number 8 on the back.
To be continued.
All right. Ibrox Loyal?
Just a big shout out to Mr. Murphy and the squad. Go up there, he's a good performance tomorrow night. If Morelos is away in the morning at some point, all the best to you, mate, and I hope you go very, very far in your career, mate.
All right. Big Ulster?
Yeah, thanks everyone for listening. And as you know, the Facebook site's Rangers Radio live streams. And please keep posting your questions in this. And anytime we have slow nights, we'll use them and give you a wee shout out as well.
Yeah, True Blue?
Yeah, my shout goes to Mrs. Padge. Take him for every penny, darling.
Well, what's happened there, mate? What's happened there?
She tweeted she was divorcing him. So being a feminist, I'm backing her all the way.
Padge, you get what you deserve in this life. Rudy Bear?
I wee shout out to Graham Murray and the team up there. He's another performance to be proud of. It's Fraser Bragg shouldn't be that much of a problem.
Gary?
Aye, just a big shout out to Mr. Murray and the boys for the Mora. Get the job done, be professional. And just a very quick special shout out, which Ibrox will appreciate. A shout out to Andy Dallas for getting a hat trick against Villarreal.
No, if you actually read that story, mate, it's 3 different Dallases that scored the goals.
Aye, Andy Dallas,
Don't start confusing him. Don't start confusing him again.
Fox, shout out.
Andy Dallas.
Don't go, Alfredo.
Don't go, Alfredo. Bridgeman.
Oh, look at this. It's been a marvellous night tonight, guys. And huge shout out to, I echo everybody's shout outs, but a huge shout out to the youths. I think they won today at 3-2 against Villarreal. So that was what you're talking about, the Andy Dallas scoring a hat trick.
Aye,
Andy Dallas,
the one and only. The one and only Andy Dallas. He's a brother, Andy Dallas.
No, really, really enjoyed the discussions tonight, and it's smashing stuff. I do hope that there wasn't a rumour that was doing the rounds and wake up in the morning and find that it wasn't. I'd hate to think that. I hope it's true, and some Rangers people have been putting the stuff up, just not been updated yet. But to other Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, every single one of us, keep it going for the Rangers, please, because we need it. Keep it going.
This has been Rangers Radio. I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time to join us tonight. Magpie, Travel Rug, Big Alan Australia, Ulster, True Blue, Rudy Bear, Gary, the one and only Fox, Bridgeman and Ibrox Loyal. We'll be back tomorrow night at 6:45 for the pre-match show. We have got a game tomorrow on the same night as transfer deadline day. Look forward to hearing from you, and thanks for everybody for listening. Take it away, Fox.
There's a pub in Green Street where all good proddies you will meet. So come down here and together we'll have a jar. A welcome there you will receive, so good that you won't want to leave. A fine wee pub is Saltcoats Mermaid Bar. You'll hear the sash, and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. We all support the Queen and Crown. The prices here are the best in town, and the bar staff, they are one terrific crew. Everyone laughing, full of cheer. It's one tremendous atmosphere, singing to support the red, white and blue. You'll hear the sash, and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. It's nice to come to the Mermaid Bar when Rangers are playing at Ibrox Park. You'll forget your worries and all your cares, singing songs against the Thames before you watch the Rangers win. For everyone here supports the Teddy Bears. You'll hear the sash, and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. If you are up from Belfast town, Tyrone, Fermanagh or County Down, Armagh, Antrim or London, Derry shores, the Mermaid is the place for you, so come and have a drink or two. Next time in Saltcoats you'll want to come back for more. You'll hear the sash, and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. You'll hear the sash, and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all.